What's up, y'all? I am back for another video. Today we're on another edition of Screenrant is fucking gay, and we're not even really gonna go in on Screenrant. I'll go in a bit, just more, just because the fact, like on principle, they made the fact that they even made this an article. It's more on just this whole, and it is a bit late because we're literally almost a month away since Spider Across the Spider Verse came out, but it's just there was other videos I needed to make, so that's why. But I figure now is a good time as any to address this. So why not? I actually planned on doing this video weeks ago, but just shit came up. Or at least the idea for the video. But the fact that there are weirdos who think Gwen Stacy is trans is it, or because apparently, because she had a trans flag, and I don't even like addressing this shit because now I'm gonna have to make a weird fucking point like, oh, I have a problem with trans people or whatever the fuck. I don't have a problem with them. I have to even I hate even having to address that. I don't, but this is one of those, this is just right and wrong kind of thing. Saying Gwen Stacy is trans is wrong because it's just not true. She was always meant to be a woman, and I guess I can go into my little bit too of like my issue with Spider Gwen because I've never been a fan of Spider Gwen. So you're even making me defend a fucking character I don't really like. Like the Spider Verse movies are probably the only version of that fucking character I kind of can accept, but I've never really liked that character, and it's more on the basis of her death is so iconic. That her Gwen Stacy's death is regarded as often one of Peter's even to the character himself, one of his biggest failures, and how good that was. I mean, in the sense of how it was executed. It's sad for Peter. And then you undo all that with, and I get it, Elseworld, whatever the fuck, but you kind of undo it still, though, because at the end of the day, she's still back. She's alive. It could be in a different universe, but you can make the argument, oh, it's not main universe Gwen, but you bring her back, it kind of undoes the iconicness of that scene and that death and how hard that hits that character, how hard it hits Peter and Spider-Man. Well, Peter is Spider-Man, but you know what I mean. And you undo it by making her a spider because it almost goes into this whole, oh, she's a damsel in distress. Women characters can never be damsels. They always have to be the main hero now. That's gonna be another video in itself. This weird like obsession with like women can't be like quote unquote damsels, or I can almost say just normal humans, like, because that's where it's getting to. Like, for example, right, the equivalent would be like Steve Trevor. He was kind of just the normal dude in Wonder Woman. You have male versions of that, but according to these fucking freaks, you can't do that. So no, we have to always make women the hero, like the main hero. And I don't have on paper, I don't have a beef with that, but with this specifically, making her Spider-Man, you just kind of undo all that because, oh, well, she was a damsel who died, so we have to make her Spider-Man now. It just, no. I've always had beef with that, and just on principle of like, her death was so iconic, even in an Elseworld story, bringing her back, just no. I kind of felt like you should have kept her dead, or at least for a couple years keep her dead. Maybe if you had waited like 10 years and then do Spider Gwen, I probably wouldn't have as much of a problem. But they did it like, I'll probably have to look really into it. I'll probably put it in probably after this video, I'll probably look into how long after her death, or at least storyline wise, her death, they made her Spider-Man. Because if it's pretty close, that's not good. Because to me, that undoes the iconicness of that scene. Spider-Man just holding her. Oh, no, she's going to be back anyway. She'll just be Spider-Man, even in an Elseworld story. But anyway, that's a side point. Main point of this video is there are these weirdos out there because she had a trans flag on the wall, which you have to fucking look. Even, I mean, yeah, it's there, but if they probably didn't highlight it in the fucking people who made the movie didn't highlight it, you probably wouldn't have even seen it in the movie. It would have been like a blink and kind of thing. Because their evidence is that, or her suit is quote unquote the trans flag, even though her suit was always that color ever since you know, since basically the incarnation of that character, like since at least Spider Gwen, that version of her. And even in the way she's shaped, you can tell she's a woman. The fact that I have to make this a video is kind of insane to me, because clearly she was always meant to be a woman. She's one of probably Peter's most iconic girlfriends after, Mary Jane. And it makes no sense. I mean, she's in Spider-Man 3, and we call her a girl, and it's Bryce Dallas Howard who played her. It was Emma Stone who played her in the Amazing movies. Probably one of the better parts of those movies, to be honest. But it's like, so this whole she was trans thing makes no fucking sense. She was never intended to be that. Like, it's like saying, just making an obvious point, because her suit color, so you can't have white and like, pink as a color scheme, like white, pink, kind of gray color scheme. So that's trans now. Like, you see how retarded that sounds? Because like I've even seen people make the example. I know it's an extreme one, but like fucking Miles has the Nazi colors. So is he a Nazi? Literally has like the red and black. I mean, like that is the same. You can try to say it's not, but it really is if you fucking boil it down. If that's your argument, that the colors correlate to that, then it means the other way around too. It's stupid. I don't think that, obviously, but it's stupid. Both are fucking retarded. But no one's making the other one. But people are actually claiming this. When, if you have the character by herself who's existed for a long fucking time, she was always a woman. Even the way she's fucking shaped. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna kind of make that one. In both movies, you can tell. Like, she could be they say ally, right? So she could be a trans ally, but she could still be a woman. Why does she have to be trans? Like, why? It's this weird, I guess, quote unquote, back to this whole thing of representation. I mean, like I said, this is the extreme weirdos who are making this. And the fact that Screenrant highlighted this just really highlights why they're fucking gay. Because it's like, why are you highlighting this? You know this isn't fucking true. Like, you can just make a trans character. You don't have to take a character who's clearly always a biological woman, like always, like from the fucking incarnate, like from the beginning of that character, like Spider-Gwen, which in my opinion, I actually prefer Gwen. I'll highlight this all the time. I prefer Gwen before Spider-Gwen, but but she's always been a woman. None of this shit. This isn't real. So I just wanted to make a video about that. I'll try to, like, next time when I find a Screenrant article won't be about this shit. I try not to really touch this topic, but I just had to address this because it's like pointing the sky is blue. Gwen's not trans. She's not. And me pointing that out doesn't mean I'm transphobic either. It just means that she's not trans. Just like Superman isn't black. Just like Spawn isn't white. Type of thing. These characters have always existed. Just make new ones. This lazy shit of even mentally wise, where you're like, oh, we're gonna say this character's this now. It's like, no, not how it works. I can't now say retroactively Superman's a black guy now, or fucking Batman's black, or fucking Punter, Frank Castle's a black guy now. I can't just do that. That's weird. I see that shit as weird to me. Like, no, they're the characters that they are. I don't need them to be me or my color to like them. I don't know. Maybe I just don't think like, I don't know. Whatever. But I can't believe I'm even addressing this shit. It's one of those, I'm like, I'm actually addressing this. I never thought in 2023 I'd be making the point that Gwen Stacy isn't trans, but here we are. So, but anyway, I'll be talking about more of a fun topic where I don't really remember this movie, so this is a case kind of really where I'm watching it for the first time again, and that's not Tremors, Starship Troopers 2. I don't actually remember this one really. I don't remember the sequel much, to be honest with you. Like I remember that first one heavily. It was just the other two, like I kind of blurred to me. So I mean, who knows? Friend Disprove says it's pretty shit, but we'll see. Because there's a lot of movies, or a couple movies that a lot of people call shit that I could at least, I think it's decent, or I even think it's good. So it's kind of like we'll see, but we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Friday, I'll be talking about with rap and trailers, and I like old school rap and stuff. But even with that, it's like I just don't think some of these franchises and stuff that shouldn't be played during. And I'll talk about that more on Friday. But yeah. So that's my video for plans for the next few days. The blackening is still not fucking up on the seas yet, so whenever that's up, I'll review it. It probably won't be this week. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.